welcome to the world's most scuffed YouTube video. But I'm here in my 2002 Ford Focus SVT with, I guess, a little bit of information on the car. It's got 186,000 miles. Most of those miles were by a guy and the original owner in DC. I guess issues with the car is, you know, it's an old Ford, so it's got some squeaks, some rattles, some whatnot. But it's got some oil leaks that are basically the entire bottom end of this engine is leaking oil, which is not good. But it is what it is. We also got a little exhaust leak coming right off the header, at the end of the header. And as you can hear, and as you can't hear me because of it, the exhaust is not stock. But this is just a little video on this car because I don't even know if I'm going to keep it because of the repair costs and everything. So I've had the car for about less than a month now, to be honest with you. It has not been that long. But this car is not fast. Not at all, really. 0 to 60, if you're being generous, is probably around the 7.5 second mark. If you're lucky, 8 seconds, you know, around there. So it is really all not that fast. These at the crank are probably making around 150 horsepower, even though they were rated at 170. But that's probably, you know, crank horsepower. That's what manufacturers do. So it's not fast, but honestly, this is my second car now, and I like that a lot about this, it not being fast at all. The reason being is I can do a first to third all the way foot to the floor pull, and I get like 8 seconds, 9 seconds of extremely fun driving, you know, with this engine sounds very good with this exhaust on here. Focus's claim to fame was handling. That's really what this car was kind of about. It was the first hot hatch, or not the first hot hatch, the first Focus ST, the first hot hatch from Ford here basically in the US, in a while at least. Obviously when the first gen Focus came out, it was kind of a big deal because it was a very radical idea. This car looked, and still does, to be honest with you, it looks very sort of strange, but I like that. Now a little more on the handling part. The steering is really phenomenal. There's a ton of feedback through this hydraulic system. ride is pretty rough. It is definitely not a luxury car. It's quite low to the ground, and fuel economy is bad.